Hi teachers, this video is going to talk to you about using Google Docs. Google Docs is probably one of the most popular tools in your Google Drive. You see a lot of people using it. I know a lot of your buildings are already using it for different things, but no one's really formally shown you how it works, so that's what this video will do. You see right now, I'm in my Google Drive, and you see I have stuff in my drive already. There's icons beside anything I have in my drive. That tells you what kind of Google tool you use to make that. So the ones with the little blue are all Google Docs. So we're going to create a new doc today, and I'm going to go ahead and do that by clicking this red New button, and I'm going to select Google Doc. I want to create a new Google Doc. When it pulls up, you're going to see that the format of Google Docs is very, very similar to other programs that you're probably already used to using. Programs like Microsoft Word, Pages, if you are a Mac user, they all kind of look like this. You have, even your rich content editor in Canvas has these same kind of controls at the top. So you most likely are going to be able to use Google Docs very easily. The first thing you're going to want to do when you get into your Google Doc is to title it. Now I'm getting ready to show you some things that are going to set Google Docs apart from using Pages or Word. And because you're probably wondering, why would I want to learn to use another program? If the functionalities are the same, why would I want to use Google? Well, there's two reasons for that. One, the saving abilities are really, really nice in Google, and I'm going to show you that here in just one second. Also, collaboration. And today, I'm going to show you how you can use Google Docs to create things and gather information and do everything collaboratively live, or just share a link that it can be done at any time. So Chris is here with me today, and we're going to kind of show you why you may want to choose to use Google Docs over another kind of word processing program. So the first thing I'm going to do is title my document, and the reason why I want to do that is it's going to automatically save everything I do, which is awesome. If you add a title first, if it saves to your Google, it'll save to your Google Drive, and then if you have to go out, it's easier to find it. Otherwise, it's going to save it as untitled document, and if you have a lot of those, then it's hard to decide which one you need. So watch as I start to type. I'm going to do a little dummy form here for an English department meeting to show you how we can collaborate and do that. So as I type, you can see that it starts to populate. Now when I go out, it'll say saving, and then all changes saved in Drive. That was automatic. I didn't have to do anything to make it save. So that is one nice thing about Google Docs and any of the Google tools. Everything saves automatically right in your Google Drive. So it's basically impossible to lose your work. Okay, now since our meeting hasn't started yet, I'm going to go ahead and set up how I want it to look. So you'll see all of the same content editing features in a Google Doc as you would see in other word processing programs. So I'm going to go ahead and put my title in here. I'm going to go ahead and put some different headings so that people in my meeting know what information we're looking for. I'm going to add information about upcoming field trips, get some feedback on where we think we might want to go. I'm going to add some information on data review, and I'll add some information on next department for a date for that. Okay, so now I have my format set up. So now it's time to go to my meeting, and I want to share this document with the other people I'll be meeting with so that they can populate information on here as well as me. Now, I know we've all been to meetings where you have one teacher who does a lot of the talking, takes all of the notes, and then submits his or her thoughts to the principal, and some folks don't have a lot of input on that. This is going to kind of solicit participation from everyone because everyone can add to the doc. So what I'm going to do, up at this blue button where it says share, right now this is set to where only I can see it. It's private. If I click that button, I'm going to get a sharing box that pops up that allows me to share this document with other people. I can email it by email address to people who I want to have it. And then when they get it this way, it's going to add this document straight into their Google Drive already. For something like this, that is not necessary. You'll find that this is kind of one of the things you're going to fill out at one meeting and then submit it to the principal and be done with it. If it's something that's ongoing and you're going to want to go back and keep going in and adding to it, you'll want to share this way. Otherwise, it's just as simple to go up here and get a shareable link. And here's a link that will allow anybody to access this document. You just have to decide how you want them to access. So right now, it says anyone with the link can view, which means if I send this link out, anybody who clicks on it can open it, and there it'll be. They can just view it. They can't do anything with it. They can just view it. For my purposes, I want to allow anyone with a link to edit. That way, everyone sitting in my English department meeting can have the ability to add to the document. So I just copied that, and then I want to email that out. So I'm going to create an email and send it to the people who will be in my meeting, which in my case is just Chris. And I'm going to send that out. And when he clicks on that, and when people in my meeting, anybody in my meeting would start joining, you're going to be able to see them join in. So when you get to your meeting, you can send this link out to everybody, or even before, everyone can show up, and then as we talk, we can take collaborative notes, shared notes, so that everybody has input on it. So as people start to join, you'll see Chris is here now. You can see that he popped up. His profile picture will show at the top, and whenever he types, you will be able to see that he is typing. Sometimes in Google, it's going to show as like anonymous, and they'll pick a crazy different animal. It's okay. It just depends on how you have your Google settings set to show who's in there for this. It doesn't really matter so long as everybody is able to add. You'll see that Chris is adding right now where he thinks we should go on a field trip to. You can see he can change the format of the font because he does have full editing rights. If I think we need to go somewhere else, I can add that. Maybe I think we need to go to the IRT for a play. So I can do the same. I can change anything I want to have here. We can be working in it at the same time. He can be typing, I can be typing, and we can just all do our thoughts. So really, you could kind of have grade level or departmental meetings kind of virtually by doing it this way. Of course, that eliminates the discussion there. But you can populate live at the same time, which is certainly something that sets Google Docs apart from using Microsoft Word. You can see he can go up and edit exactly what I've done, so it's not locked in any way. He can go up and edit, he can take it away, he can add it back. We can go ahead and have everything, we can go ahead and have everything done in our document, so as we meet, we can all add. Do you see Chris added his initials here? Sometimes when you're in a Google Doc, especially doing shared notes, it's kind of nice to add your initials so that people know who is having their input on there. If you're submitting to a principal, it's kind of nice to have that so they know who participated in there. And once you get that all in, everybody's taking their notes, and you have it all in here. And you're ready to submit it to your principal. You can share that same link out that you did with your group. And if you do it this way, where anybody can edit, your principal will be able to edit anything you did. You can also change that to where anybody can comment, which if you're sharing notes out is what I would recommend. You can let other viewers comment, but they can't edit anymore. You can also do anybody with a link can view, to where they can just look at it and they can't make any changes or anything to it. You can change this as often as you want, but if I change this now, if I go ahead and change that now, what happened is Chris just lost the ability to edit. He can no longer do that. You'll still see his picture up there. Should have lost the ability to edit. No? Oh, goodness. Yeah, okay. See if I can make that happen. There we go. Yeah. So now he's lost the ability to edit. So once you change it, it's changed. It should say that he lost access. His screen should say he lost access to that. Again, it will change in your drive. It'll always change the way it's saved. Will change. So now I want to show you that's one way to use it as a teacher. With your professional work as a teacher, I want to show you how to use it with parents as a teacher as well. Might be a good way. I've created this field trip chaperone sign up sheet. I've created this in advance in the interest of time, so that parents can learn what it means to be a good field trip chaperone. I put a little video on there. They can just click on this YouTube link and it'll take them to it. And I made a table so that when parents want to sign up, should they want to sign up to help on our field trip, they are able to do that. Slowing down on me. There we go. You'll see I inserted an image here. Images are very easy to insert in a Google Doc. You just drag and drop them in and wherever you want, and you can resize them. So now if I created this, I'd want to send it out to my contact list of parents. I would want anyone with the link can edit because you want them to add their information, so I'll have to be sure and change that. And then I would email that link out to everyone on the contact list. In my case, I just have one again. And then when people get this email, they can go ahead and populate their information should they want to chaperone the field trip. So in just a minute, you'll see parents start opening those up. Interestingly enough, if you look at the top of my screen, we were playing with this earlier. It'll tell you who last edited a document. So you can see Chris was the last one to type in this last time because we were playing around. Last edit was made when it was made and who it was made by. So it almost kind of like timestamps it for you. So we would want these parents to then submit their student's name. We would want them to submit the parent name and then contact number. Notice I gave them a date that they had to respond, which was Friday. And then come Friday, I can pull this back up and I can see which parents are interested. And this was a good way to collect the data, rather than just have a bunch of parents emailing you saying, hey, I want to come, put me down, and you have to chase all those emails. And it's also better than chasing paper of people who return that back. So again, just another tip for using this as a teacher to make your life a little easier. So I hope this helps you understand how, Chris is just signing up for all kinds of field trip help. I hope this helps you understand how Google Docs can be useful to you, how it's a different tool than creating everything in Microsoft Word or in Pages, and why it might be used to make your lives simpler and more efficient.